Hi, good morning, everybody. We're here live. I think I'm live. At least last time I checked, you get out of bed in the morning and go, hey, I'm alive. Good day. It's going to be a good day. So, hey, Jeff's on. Ron's on. Morning, Ron. I see Diz Traveler's on. So, of course, Sue's on. Oh, everything's good. It says, yeah, brought to you by the Kennel Club. Yeah, welcome to the Kennel Club. So, it says, haha, very cool. Lordy, it's the dog hour. There you go, Diz. It's the dog hour. Jeff says, hope you're feeling well, Ron. Yeah, hope you're doing good. Diz says, you're not live. You're Memorex. Remember that? If you're not live, is it live or is it Memorex? Let me get my other chat window back up here. There you go. Get the regular chat window up there. Oh. Yeah, morning, folks. So there's Patty. Morning, Patty. How's Patty? Are you staying cool? We've been warm. I'll tell you what. We've been. It's probably one of the hottest stretches that we've had since I've lived in Florida in 20 years. We've been in. Well, the thermometers are saying 96, 97, 98. Mine says it's 107 at one point. It's because it's in the sun. But we're going to have a cool down. Tomorrow's high is only supposed to be 90 degrees. So it's going to be nice and cool. It's going to be beautiful. Which it isn't bad. There's a difference. Yeah, hot as heck. There you go, Ron.
What's the weather like up in South Carolina?
Yeah, Ron, how's your weather? You been hot? So, yeah, Ratfink said that's been hot. He knows because he's right down here. Yeah, plugged in full. There you go. Plugged in and AC running. That's cool. That's what you need to be. Diz says, hey, look, like Bob went to the groomers, haha, and got some conditioner in your fur. Looks like some white fur balls. Yeah, see, I got white fur balls on my shirt. Black shows all that. If you get little specks, it'll show it up on it. But, hey, if you guys haven't watched my side channel, my fun channel that I just do for the hell of it, the Daily Dog, I did one me cutting my hair the other day. It was fun. I had a lot of views on that one. I had a good time doing that because I put stuff up there messing around and it's what the dog does when he's not making serious videos, Oh, back at Winter Garden, so Patty's back over Winter Garden. Good, and it's nice and cool. Our air conditioner has run. It starts in the morning and it doesn't shut off until probably 7, 8 o'clock at night. It runs solid. Here goes the electric bill. Oh, Jeff said, thanks, Jeff. Still got a lot of medical problems. Well, I've seen Ron's sister-in-law is going to have a kidney transplant. Is that what it was? Kidney?
And Paula, yeah.
Not Paula. It was it's not named Paula.
Sandy's.
Yeah.
Sandy's sister is Paula.
Not Paula.
What is it?
It's K. There you go. I couldn't think of it. It was K.
Paula?
I don't know. Anyways, so
Paula K.
Paula K. I don't know. But it's maybe it is Paula. Is that right? Is it Paula, Ron? I always just call her K. Mm-hmm. Sue says, glad you have full service, Patty. Got to have AC. Yeah. Oh, Ratfink says, sorry to hear that, Ron. So, yeah, health is no good. My health, like this morning, man, I felt like hell. I'm all right now. I got morning. I mean, it's just like, God, I felt awful. And half hour later, I feel all right. That laying in bed, I can't do it. Jeff says, me too, Ron, making old man out of me. But mine could be worse. Yeah, everybody's could be worse.
Could be worse.
So, yeah, I mean, nice. I'm like, we haven't been going out much. It's been too hot. Now tomorrow we're going to try to go out and film a little bit because I'm behind in my parks videos. They're so hard to film in the summer. We're going to do some driving stuff too because you got to stay in the AC. You can't walk those long trails in the summertime. You just can't do it. It's. Ron says, hot here 2 weeks ago, I got hit hard with a hailstone, $15,000 damage to the house. Wow. That's a lot. And you get a lot of that time of year, but wow, that's a lot. So hope the insurance covers it. They usually don't. Yeah. Only parts of it. Jeff says, sup, Ron, Ratfink. Hey, Jeff. Bring 2 shirts, Bob. Yeah, that's what you got to do when you'll sweat a shirt out in minutes. When I was out working on boats, I'd start less than a half hour. The shirt was just wet. That's how you got to drink water. Drink lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of water because working out in the Florida sun, it'll drain you. I mean, well, our humidity levels had been up so high. This morning was the first morning in I don't know how long I got up. It was in the 60s. It was like 69 degrees. I've been getting up at 77, 78 degrees at 4 o'clock in the morning. You know, so this is the first day that it was in the 60s in the morning. So
several weeks.
Yeah, in several weeks, and so that feels cool. I almost had to put a coat on. You know, well, that's what happens. You know, and they wonder why you think 70s cold. Well, you get used to being in 90s. You know, and I don't say I mind it. You know, it's when it gets to one point, I don't want to go outside and motivate. It's just too hot to motivate around. You know. But I think about the people's out there working, you know. It's like I feel for them. My lawn guy came the other day, and it's like, you know, it's like, man, you're busting your butt out there in that sun, you know. Always take them water and stuff. So Jeff B says, Bob, before I forget, the centric inverter we talked about was the 40 or 480. Okay. And he said, oh, was it the 480? God, Jeff, my memory, so I'd have to go out and look at mine. It's out in the van, in the camper. I was thinking it was something like that. I was thinking about it, but until I look at it, my mind goes like, boop, I have no mind. And but it was something like that. I'd have to look at mine to see exactly, so I tell you I'm right, you know. Yeah, Ratfeet Ron, he said left at 6 this morning. It was nice out. Yeah, I didn't step out, but I seen it was cooler, and I bet it felt good.
I haven't taken the dog out yet. Usually that's when I check the weather.
See how warm it is. Yeah, Ronson's still fighting insurance. Yeah, you'll fight with them. That's the thing. They're not on your side. You know, they go, well, you're in good hands. Whoops, they dropped you. That's what they do. Yeah, me too. Laugh out, says Jeff. That's why I have to ask. Me too. I'd have to go out here and look at it because I couldn't tell you for sure, Jeff. It's right in that neighborhood, you know, but I'm not sure. Diz says, hello to dogs. I'm just listening to Bob's conversation. Are you driving, Diz? Or just listening?
Are you traveling right now?
You're traveling?
Probably, yeah.
And if you are, just listen. Don't try to type when you're driving. You know? There you go. Ratfink says, loose hands. It says, hi, Diz. Diz, are you traveling now? So, yeah. Oh, there's Scott. Hey, Scott. Good morning,
Scott.
everyone. Good to see Scott on this morning.
He's from Greenwood, South Carolina.
Greenwood, South Carolina. He's up to Ron's area, up in that area of the woods.
Does he have any hail? Ask him.
Have what?
Hail.
Oh, hail, yeah. Hey, yeah, Scott, Ron, my brother's on here today. He said he had a lot of hail damage.
He's near Myrtle Beach.
He's near Myrtle Beach. He's actually Loris in that area, if you're familiar with Conway. But he said he had a lot of hail damage. So did you get some hail your way too? This hi, Scott. He does. This says, no, I'm at home, just busy. Okay. And I do that. Sometimes, you know, you're busy doing something, you'll put something on, just kind of listen, and but you're there, you know, checking it out on it. And that's what, you know, you can come on the chat if you're not chatty, come in, say hi, and then listen, you know, if you don't type. 'Cause I don't type a lot myself, you know. I'll go in chats and I'll put a few comments and I just listen to it, you know. But somebody's got to type, then we have nothing to talk about. So somebody's got to type. Jeff says, yeah, I want to get today to the trip next weekend I told you about last night. Yeah, it sounds really cool, Jeff. That, you know, those pictures, like flying your drone over that valley, you know, I would fly it over and keep over top of the land, and then, you know, you can tilt the camera down and see what's down in the valley. But I see people, you know, they'll go down in those valleys, and you get some very cool shots, but you risk your drone, too. I mean, anything probably wouldn't, but it could happen, you know. Jeff says, hi, Scott. Scott says, no hail. We had some wind and rain. We haven't had no rain. It's just been dry. Dry as dry can be, and hot. But It's supposed to change. We're supposed to get back to our normal power. Low 90s and afternoon rains.
Yeah, we haven't had any for a few days, huh?
No, it's been quite a while. I can't remember the last rain.
I mean, we had a real dry spell. The grass dried up.
Yeah, so it's just, but that's, I don't really care about rain myself, but I don't like it a little less, mainly because electric bill, the air conditioner doesn't stop. You know? Just says, yes, we have the radio for an hour. There you go, radio for an hour. And Ron says, Kay is approved for a kidney transplant when they find one. Okay, when they do find one, she needs $4,000 up front to get it. That's ridiculous. It should be nothing. You know, if a person needs something, they should do it. Hell with the money. You know. They should just do it. It's your health. It's not like buying a Maserati or anything. Glad no hell damage, Scott. Yeah, Rat Thing says, how about that scumbag kid that killed 7 bikers in New Hampshire? I saw that. I saw that. Mowed them down. You know, no brains. That's what it is. No brains. Scott says, hey, Sue, Ron, Rat, Jeff. He says, yeah, wow, this is crazy. Prayers for the K. Yeah. Yeah, money crap for healthcare is bullshit. Sorry, but it is. Jeff B, now we're low 90s and our humidity has been 50 to 60%. Believable here for us. Yeah, it's warm. What you want to look at is your dew points. Whatever the higher the dew points, anything over 70 is stifling hot. So I don't really pay as much attention. Like right now we have 82% humidity, but we have 74% dew point. That means it's sticky. You know, I've seen 50. You have 50% humidity, but have it still sticky if the dew point's high. Sue says, oh no, Rat Fink, that's so sad. Yeah, it is. It's crazy things. People get in a car. It's a car. There's people's lives. They need to learn to drive right. Quit tailgating. Quit, you know, I could go on about car driving. One of my pet peeves, driving down the road. Scott says, thanks, Sue. There was about 5,000 locals without power for a bit. We were without power on Monday, actually Sunday night. Some idiot driving again, flying down the road here. Missed the curve, took off a friend of mine's house down here, took all their fence out, took down 2 poles, and electric went off for almost 1,000 people, and because somebody's an idiot. You know, they don't say it that way. He lost control. I've never just went down the road and go, whoa, 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 I lost control. I've never had that. Hey, there's Eugene. Hi, Eugene. Good morning, Bob and Sue. Good to see Eugene on. How you guys doing? Eugene and Sylvie. Ron says, when you're a senior, we want you to die so they don't have to pay you anymore. That's what they like, you know, get you off the systems, like put you in the ground, you're done. That's really true, Ron. Sue says, well, Scott, there's a lot. We were out the other night. Someone had hit a couple power poles in the fence, so yeah, they took us out. Just our humidity is usually above 85% continuously this time of year. Yeah, I mean, ours is, like I said, it's 85% humidity now, but 74% dew point. That's why it's hot. You know? He says, hi, Eugene and Sylvie. Yeah, well, 85% humidity is high. Says, wow, sorry to hear that. I see every day people texting and driving, and driving too fast, you know, and tailgating and cutting you off and pulling beside you and just hanging beside you, go down the road, like, get away from me, you know.
Well, yeah, I saw a meme this morning, and I told Bob about it. It says, what would your funny license plate be? And I told Bob his would be, back off, Jack.
Back off, Jack. Get away from me. See, you know, when I drive, I have this rule. I keep what I call a safety zone around me. I do my hardest. I don't want nobody behind me, in front of me. And I use the 1 mile, or every 10 mile an hour, 1 car length rule. So if you're going 50 mile an hour, you need 5 car lengths at minimal. This gives you time to stop if something happens in front of you. So I use that. But sometimes cars, they come around you and they engulf you and they hang beside you. And then if one of them screw up, well, then they're going to take you out too. So I do my best to keep this thing of keep away from me rule, you know, and you're safer that way. I maybe have chance to react. So anyways, that's my rule. I think it's a good one, but most people don't do that. It says, hi, Eugene. Ron said, yeah, the hailstones we had was the size of golf balls. See, that's a good size hailstone, and that will definitely do it. It probably did like your siding and I don't know, did it do your roof and stuff? What all damage did it do, Ron? Yeah, Jeff says it'd be like a NASCAR pileup. Yeah, that's what happens. I see that all the time. You know, one guy I was watching, he was watching YouTube videos. He says, I like to watch car crashes. He says, and the reason I do this because I can see what happens and how people react during a crash. This teaches me what to do if I maybe see a crash starting, instead of going this way, and he's like, maybe you go this way, the opposite way you think, it may avoid that crash. And so it can be a learning experience, sitting around just watching car crashes, and so you can learn something from that. Yeah, Sue says, Eugene, how's the weather in New York? So, what you guys doing? You're probably getting warm like the rest of the country. This says, okay, now I'm going to get in the car and drive. So, again, Bob Dog Radio Hour is sponsored by Sue and the Blue Wrench. That's as good as this. Yeah, okay, we know you're out there, Diz, so don't text and drive. So, just, we know you're there. Be careful. Jeff says, dang, Ron, can you imagine getting caught in that? Yeah, outside.
That could kill you.
Yeah, I mean, kapong, and knock you in the head and kill you, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Ron says the roof, the sidings, the heat pump, window screens, wow, it really did a lot of damage. That's ridiculous. Probably worse than the hurricane. You had that hurricane you came down here for, and really I don't think you had hardly any damage, just maybe fences or something, but that actually did more damage than a hurricane does.
What was the name of that hurricane?
I don't know. Remember that one, Ron? What was the name of that hurricane?
Wasn't Michael? Because I think Michael's the one that went up over Pensacola and them, up on Panama City.
Jeff said the wrecks I've steered through was just a natural reflex, and it does. You know, I always consider. I had a race car when I was younger, and you know, you learn to race on a race car. You're halfway out of control at all times. And you learn how to handle a car. You feel it. You feel what it's doing, and you can like steer into it. And like people said, you know, you watch a dirt car, you turn right to go left. I mean, eventually you start into the corner. You kind of do a turn to the left, and then you got the foot on the floor, and you're spinning, so you're turning right and going around left on it. Eugene says, good morning, everyone. It's nice and sunny here. Not much humidity. So, yeah, see, New York's nice up in the summertime. They get nice low humidities, and so it's really nice. Wintertime, it gets kind of cold up there, but Scott says, hey, Scott, there's bikes, boats, and webvacs. Scott, driving so I can only listen. Okay, glad you're on there. Like we was just talking earlier, Scott, about being careful, not texting and driving. So we know you're out there, and appreciate you coming by and just listen. You know, when you're driving, just listen. Be safe, because I'd rather have you not say a word and be on here next time. You know?
That's right.
Yeah. Yeah, right. Fink says, yeah, dirt track racing is the best. Yeah, you know, I tried asphalt once, and it's harder to drive asphalt because, well, if you're used to dirt tracking. Because I took a go-kart out in Ohio once, and they let me take it around, and I spun it out, and the guy says, you must have raced dirt track. And I go, yeah, and he goes, I could tell you set it up in the corners, and he goes, that won't work on asphalt. I go, I noticed that. So he says, hi, Scott, how's life in PA? Jeff B says lots of people will throw their hands over their eyes and hope the best. Yeah, it's like, oh no, let's see what I stop at. No, drive it. Hey, there's Tammy. Good morning, good people. Good to see Tammy on this morning. Jeff says, good morning, Tammy. Ron says, yeah, that's what I said. No problem with the hurricanes. Just get the hell out and have the whole house damaged. Yeah, just leave it. Come back, pick up the pieces when you're done. So, he says, hi, Tammy. How are you this morning? Morning tea. And he says, good, Sue, I'm good so far, laugh out loud. Good morning, Tammy. Yeah, I was kind of looking at generators. We have the generator in the road truck, and we have another generator. And I was like, you know, the trouble with generators today, you don't use them, and you must drain the gas out, run them dry until they stop, or the next time you go to use it, it won't start, because it'll be all clogged up with this gas. And I seen there was some propane generators. And propane don't have that problem. You can just leave the propane tank, start it whenever you want. You don't have to drain it when you're done. But I was kind of going like the cost of propane to me seems like it's going to be very high. You're going to want several bottles, and they're expensive to initially buy the bottles. But I can see a lot of advantages of them, you know. So, but yeah, I was kind of looking at propane. Any guys have any experience with propane generators and the cost and that of it? So. Danny says, hi, Ron and Jeff and Bob and etc. Sounds like romper room. Romper stomper, romper boo. I see, Tammy. I see. Says, hi, Tammy. He says, hi, Scott and Scott. Scott and Scott. Right, Fink says, aha, working on my riding mower, replacing the carb. Yeah, and it's like, you know, a lot of these little motors, and I'm sure Ratfink knows a lot about those motors. They gum up. You leave that gas in there, you got to either get that, what is it, the non-ethanol gas, or you got to run it dry, you know. Eugene says, since summer is here, we suddenly hear police sirens everywhere. That's crazy. Yeah, I hear them here all the time. It's like somebody somewhere has done something wrong. You know? Just as my poor son is drilling wells in the middle of huge cornfields, and he says no air circulating, and it gets hot. It does, especially when there's no air blowing. I know when our power is off here, if I could have had a fan running, I need to figure out a 12-volt fan or something. It wouldn't have been as bad, but it's stifling with no air moving at all. You know, the heat isn't bad, as you need some air. Scott said, since we're talking about storms, do you folks in Florida have to buy a flood policy after each event? It depends on where you're at, Scott. If you're in the flood zones, then you have to get flood insurance. Where we're at, we're 93 feet above sea level, which is one of the highest spots in the county. And I've been through many hurricanes and heavy rains, and I've never had a flood here yet. But if you live in the areas and that's one thing to look at whenever, if you ever buy property in the south or really anywhere, look at your elevation. And if your elevation's low, be careful, because that means you possibly could flood. Yeah, Ratfink says Costco has a dual fuel generator that runs on propane. Yeah, I mean, I've found several of those that you can run on gas or propane. But if you run on gas, you're going to have to dry it out before you store it, you know. Just so that sounds awful for him. Yeah, and he's young. Yeah, well, you're younger, you can do. I did stuff when I was younger. Okay, so I've never seen a generator that ran on propane. Yeah, they've been running motors on propane for years. When I worked in a factory, they ran the tow motors on propane. You know, just as that makes all the difference in the world, doesn't it? Well, yeah, it does. Being younger makes a big difference. It really does, Tammy. Sue says, oh wow, Jeff, he works in the oil field. My hubby used to work at Halliburton for a while, and then 2 other smaller companies. It's hard work, it is, and long hours. I don't know how they work at. Yeah, you need to put stabilizer in your fuel before starting. That's true. You need, if it's going to stay a length of time, you need to put stabilizer in it. I know even the Owen generator in the camper, I try to start it at a minimal every 2 weeks and kick on the AC or run the microwave and put a load on it and run it for a little bit. Because if you let it go a month, it'll start, but it's hard to start. So, and I've been wanting to get a can of the Seafoam and put that in there. They say that helps a lot. So I saw Walmart, but I didn't pick it up.
Is that like stabilizer?
Yeah, it's like a stabilizer. It clears out your carburetors and stuff. Seafoam, I think it's called. I wanted to put some of that in it. Jeff says, no, it's water, Sue.
Yeah, I saw that he said that, yeah.
Ron says, I put gas stabilizer in my gas and never had any problems with the generator. I do shut the gas off with the motor and run it till it runs out. That's what I've always done. Mm-hmm. What I do is generally I drain the tank all the way down, and then I run the thing till it stops. I did a video on that, how to do that, just run it dry, and this way you don't got stuff gumming it up, you know. And because, you know, when we get a hurricane, you really rely on that generator, and you want it to work when you get ready to use it, you know. Sue says, okay, still drilling is hard work. It is. He says, we have 2 generators. It's good to have another one. You know, I was contemplating getting an extra one just to have one around, you know, for if storm's coming up and you try to go out and grab another one right away, you're not going to get one. Mm-hmm. We did buy an extra gas tank or fuel tank, gasoline tank or container, you know, so that helps. I think say stable 222801 storage fuel cellar is 8 fluid ounce. So I should get some at $6.32. It's worth it because, you know, Seafoam is good for a few things, right? Yeah, I think Seafoam, I've read about it. I've never used it before, but they claim, you know, put it in your engine. It's supposed to clean out your injectors and all that stuff. And I was looking there today, Walmart. I should have grabbed a thing. We were buying a bunch of other stuff. I should have just grabbed one. You know, it probably wouldn't hurt a thing, or maybe 2. You know. Scott said, "Rat Fink, my riding mower's drivetrain belt went yesterday. I used to push mower to do the yard, which is huge. I definitely got my Cardo. Yeah, that mowing stuff. I'll get a new belt today and put on it. Mowing's a lot of work. You know, I mean." We have a guy, we pay him $30. He mows it every 2 weeks, and it's not worth me owning a mower for $30. You know, it's like, he does a nice job. They come in, they got 2 big gang mowers, and it takes them less than a half hour, and out they go. But yeah, they're worth it. Yeah, Ratfink says, yeah, seafoam will make them smoke for a bit. Okay, so you'll get a little smoke out of it. Well, see, I'm thinking I need to put it in my road truck, which actually runs the main motor, which I don't think it'll hurt nothing. What I heard, if you're about a half a tank of gas, put a whole bottle in, like your motorhome or the road track, and then that'll help run it out. Of course, I don't rarely let my tank go down much over a half a tank. If I get a half a tank, I'm thinking about putting gas in. That thing says, I bet, Scott. Yeah, seafoam is good for walking along the beach. Yeah, get the sea foam, kick the sea foam. There's crabs and stuff in the sea foam, and
they're smart aleck every bunch.
Yeah, laugh my butt off, Sue. He says, I have a Toro time cutter 4200 zero turn. Love that thing. Yeah, I tell you what, if you gonna mow your own yard, get one of those things set on with those 2 handles, and you can go around in circles. I watch those guys mow our yard. Man, they can zero turn it. It's if you're gonna mow, that's what to have. And he says, I miss my zero turn. I had lawn service for a few years. Eugene says, today Sylvie and I are working on fixing the front CV boot on the 4-wheeler. Okay, that sounds like a project. Oh, he's at the, how's monetization going? It's gone. I mean, I'm a little, at the end of the month, I'm going to probably be a little less money than what I thought I would make, which, that's normal, you know. It's under $100 a month. The month ain't over yet. And some days, on average, I'll make anywhere from $3 to $4 a day. Most of the time it's $3 a day, you know, so you're not getting rich. You know, not getting rich. Ratfink says, that sounds like a nice one. Yeah, those nice mowers are worth it. He says, hello, Eugene. I haven't seen you on here before, have I? Yeah, they've been on quite a few times, Tammy, but you guys just have crossed paths.
Eugene and his wife Sylvie.
Yeah, Eugene is
from upstate New York.
Upstate New York. Yeah, 4 sounds fun. That would be fun. Actually, I gotta make a vid timing me cutting my yard and put on my motorcycle helmet. That'd be cool. Put it on there and do a fast. What I've did is I got a thing, and I'm mounting. I've got my this is my Sony cam. I made a mount on the car so it can sit on a roof. When I look through the car, I get, you know, hoods and stuff. And what I did is I put a mount up there. This has like a 1/4-20 thread on the bottom. And then I added, and this will come down through the sun visor, or through I have a moonroof that comes back. So this way it's attached. This ain't going to fall off. And then I'm going to also hook a microphone, which will come down, that I can have no wind noise in the microphone. And I'm also going to run a power cord up to it. And I haven't tested it, but tomorrow I'm going to test that out and try to do some driving videos with the Sony Action Cam. Now I've been using my, we got the Osmo. If you guys are going to buy an Action Cam, that's the one. I'll tell you what, this thing is amazing. It really outdoes my Osmo Pocket, so that thing is worth it. They got to get a microphone for it yet, and that'll be it. Yeah, finally nice to cross past Eugene. Right, Fink says, I'll put my NASCAR jacket on. There you go. Do your NASCAR. And then do a picture of you sitting there with your NASCAR jacket on. And do like the Tool Time guy, a souped up lawnmower.
Yeah, he did that one.
Ron, of course, you'll need a helmet. Yeah, get yourself a helmet. Ron says, gotta go. Call insurance and raise hell. Talk to you later. Okay.
Good luck, Ron.
Good luck. I hope they get that worked out and then you come out ahead, which you probably won't. But give them hell. Jeff says, Ron, I think I went to the parts store to get 2-cycle oil for my new Homelight weed eater. They talked me into using True Fuel. Ever heard of it? I haven't heard of that. True Fuel. Sue says, play Born to Be Wild. You get demonetized, but well, you're not. But you'll get a copyright strike.
That'd be cool.
You know?
On his lawnmower. Born to be wild.
Yeah, it'd be cool.
Get your motor running.
But they'll copyright strike you. So, you know, so good idea, but.
You're going to have to edit that out.
Yeah. Sometimes they'll take it off. Go get him, Ron. Yeah, go after him. That thing says, my neighbors already know my head isn't right. Mine isn't either. Mine just kind of, it's wrong. Good luck, Ron. Jeff B, don't forget the bra cam, Bob. Yeah, if you guys watch, watch Daily Dog. I did a bra cam. You guys got to check that out. Let me flip that over here once to my screen. I'll show you hit that one. Let's go to this one. There you go. Guys, this is the Daily Dog. If you're not subscribed to the Daily Dog yet, hit subscribe. I only got 6 subscribers. But I did a testing my bra mount in different settings with my this worked out really good. My bra cam. Also did a haircut cam. This channel is what I do to have fun and play around and just stuff that I do every day to monkey around. I don't edit much. I just kind of throw them up for fun. The Lucky Dawg is my main channel, and so that's not. This is just my play channel. Now I gotta get my screen back here, guys. There we go. Get it back. Get my comments back. There we go. I think we're back. Ron, you're such a fun guy. A fun guy. A fun guy.
That's right.
Gene, we have to binge watch your videos for you guys. Yeah, do that. Just let it run. Turn them on, let them run.
That's what I do.
Sue does that all the time. It does help. Comments help a lot.
Comments,
thumbs
yes.
up. And if you say, hey, a comment helps. Thumbs
Say
up
hi,
help.
Bob.
All that really helps. Just those quick little things. But it's fun. Yeah, Sue said laugh out loud. Jeff Bob his bra cam. It was fun. Gene, I've been doing that at night when I remember. Appreciate it, Tammy. I do appreciate it, guys. Sue said I do that, Eugene. Put on the playlist and just let her run. Yeah. Jess said, yeah, pour straight out of the can, 50-50 premix, 92 octane, runs like a champ. Almost smells like nitro, really. That'd be interesting to check, and it probably doesn't gum it up, Ron says, yes, I grow on things. Yep, I grow on things. Scott says, sometimes I hear part of songs on YouTube's. YouTube must allow a second of music before I think a second or so before they nail you on it, I try to avoid it 100% for copyrights because they demonetize, and if you get enough strikes, they can really hurt you, So I try to keep the channel just as clean on top as I can, so it worked a lot of. Today, probably this video makes 875 videos since I've been posting videos. It's a lot of work, and my goal is I don't want to do nothing to blow all that. That's a lot of work to get something happen, Yeah, Ron, you've grown on us all. Laugh out loud, rat thing. Eugene, I will do that. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. Thanks, Gene. Jess says he's grown on me too. I have to scratch my rat fink sometimes. Yeah, I got a rat fink. We have a rat fink. Well, it's Thursday. Got to take my shower for the week. I did that the other day. I took my monthly shower. Let me grab rat fink here real quick. See, I got rat fink over here. We did a. There you go. We did a 3D. There's rat fink. See, we have a rat fink. He's always watching over everything. So.
Oh, you woke Abby up when you walked around.
Oh, I woke the dog up. So.
She goes,
Yeah,
what the
we
heck?
go over and get the rat fink. So. Yeah, that's what I said on the Daily Dog. I showered and shaved my hair down, and I had fun doing that. And I took my once every 6 months bath. Haha, Bob. He says there's a lot of reaction channels out there now. They want to play classic rock that they've all been exposed to before. Don't know how in the world they get away with it. I don't, sometimes I hear some, music like that, and I don't know how they get away from doing that either. But they must. Maybe they have a license they buy or something.
And you buy some too.
Yeah, Scott said, I think there's royalty-free music available, so you guys can make your own songs and sing back with Lucky Dawg. There you go. I use the ones YouTube provides you with tons of music, and that's what I use in mine, and they're free to use. There's Rat Fink. Yeah, Tammy says that, Bob, that's great. A mini Rat Fink, yeah, we got our little mini Rat Fink there. We can tweak his ears, and so there's Rat Fink. Rat Fink kids are kids. We saw this band called Hippo Campus. Anyone ever heard of them? No, I had never heard of them. I don't listen to much music, but no, I've never heard of them. Hey Ron, if you ever around this area, I'll give you Rat Fink. Or if I know I'm going to meet you, I'll give you Rat Fink. 'Cause I could print another one. Sue, I got so tickled at you when Bob's first unveiling his broadcam. I could hear you chuckling in the background. Yeah, she was laughing at me, you know. And it's like,
hilarious.
this thing works. I've had this thing a long time. You know, it's a harness that you hook your camera to. This Osmo is so stable. I figured I've tried this stuff before. You move around, your video's real jerky, but this Osmo is so smooth that you don't get no jerkiness to it. And I did that one day. I kind of did a cooking video as a test. I made some more beef Wellington blue cheese there, and I just thought I'm going to see how it would work for a cooking video, and it seemed to work pretty good. So I can see a lot of uses for that little harness, but it looks like a bra. Hippocampus, there you go, Hippocampus. Haha, Jeff, he cracked me up when he was showing it. A Dolly Parton cam. Yeah, I felt just like Dolly, you know. I didn't say I felt up Dolly. I said I feel like Dolly. Kenny says, laugh out loud. Scott's laughing. That thing says, stop that, Bob. Yeah, you're going to go blind. I know. I got to be careful. You know. Scott, he wants a pointy one. Remember in the 50s when the girls' boobs were pointy? You know, the reason
Madonna.
like Madonna. They did that because if you touch them, you would prick yourself, and it kept you away from them. Eugene's laughing. That was weird back then. They all had pointers, you know. That was crazy. And he says, "Ron, you're cracking me up now." Scott's laughing. So, that's just some of my observations, you know. 50s wasn't all bad because you had pointy boobs back then. Can't stand Madonna. She's weird. She is weird. Because the little Lucky Dog wants up, and she wanted to be on. She wanted to be on this one. Wave hi to everybody. There's Cassie the Lucky Dog. Say hi, everybody. Jeff says it made me think of the old commercial. It lifts and it separates. Yeah, they lifts and separates. Scott says back when the cars had tall fins, yeah, they had fins that come up in the back of your car. They had style, you know. They say, hi, Cassie. Hi, Tammy. Say hi, Tammy. Hi, Tammy. You change this. This is a R-rated channel. Well, we try to keep it PG. You know, we try to keep it as close to just having fun, but still stay as close as we can, you know. She says, laugh out loud. Jeff, that's what I told Bob. Yeah, boy, did they, Scott. So, yeah, things changed a lot. Eugene's laughing. And he says, I'm laughing so hard right now. Well, we try to make it fun, you know. Come on here and just have a little fun and keep straight. Nope, not R-rated. Yeah, it's not really R-rated.
More like PG-13.
Yeah, PG-13. Yeah. I think your kids can listen to it, and, you know, they would just snicker. But it's nothing, you know, too far off the wall.
When we get Richie on, he's, what, 12?
Yeah, I try to keep it
toned. Everybody you gotta keep it clean.
Tone it down, you know. And I don't know if there's any other younger one that comes on and watches it afterwards or not, you know. I mean, I get a few views on the live chats, but not a massive amount of views. It's, you know, some of my biggest views was security cameras. Usually my how-to things get the best views. How-tos. Road Trek gets pretty good views. The videos I like the most is my parks videos. I think they're the nicest ones. They get the least views, and it's you wouldn't think, but they're not in the top. Those that take me the most effort, the most time, they make the less. Yeah, anyone seen the commercial? I've seen it. Yeah, more like PG-13. So where's UK been? Yeah, he's been off and on. He hasn't been on as much as he used to be on. I don't know where UK's been hanging out. My friend Jeff Dean from UK, he's been over here. I seen he was at the Space Center. He makes, I think at least twice a year he comes over to the United States. I've never met him. It'd be fun to meet up with him sometimes, but Jeff Dean does some nice videos. He uses a lot of different cameras and that. Goes to the parks a lot. And he says, I'd say borderline, yeah, when Richie comes on, we tone her down, yeah. Yeah, where's UK? I don't know where UK's been. He'll pop in now and then, you know. Sometimes UK acts like he has trouble understanding what we're talking about. But on the other hand, I think a lot of times we have trouble understanding what UK's talking about. It's like, I'm not sure what you mean there, you know. Yeah, we have to make Rick behave most of the time. Oh, yeah, we got to tone down Rick every so often. He's good about it. He likes to harass, but
he likes to push it.
He likes to push it.
He should be a little naughty.
Yeah, Rick has fun. Eugene, I like your videos when you visit different places. Yeah, those are my favorite. The least watched. They get least views. They get a lot initially, but in the long run, they don't get as much. You know. And they're my favorite ones. I like those. They take the most work, the most effort to do. They're the hardest ones to make.
And they're beautiful.
And they're nice. I enjoy making them. And he says, Bob, very true. Yeah. Oh, he's from UK. Yeah. It's
words mean different things in the UK.
Right. When our friends come over here from the UK, we have a battle of words all the time, and we just have fun with it. But a lot of times they'll say something. What do you mean by that? You know, it's like. Because it's just different. Yeah, thanks, Eugene. Those are my favorite, too. Yeah, they're fun. Where is Rick? Well, Rick doesn't come on in the mornings because Rick works.
He works.
And I think he goes in pretty early, so he doesn't get a chance to come on in the mornings, but he's usually in the Monday afternoon one, so he works in the food service. Jeff says, yep, there's that Ron, so... He says, Bob, do you do a great job with those videos. I wish you got more views. Yeah, I do too. You know, I never paid all that much. I figured those would be my highest watched ones. And after I got monetized, I look into analytics, and they show you every day the highest views on all your videos, and the ones that parks and cities, the ones out in the nature, those are way at the bottom. Those bring the less amount. But the, you know, if I do like camera reviews, I did one for a 360 camera. That was big. I did a real quick one for a 10-gallon aquarium I set up. That one was huge. Got thousands of views on that.
Your security camera? Security
camera got a lot of views. And so those make the money, you know, what money there is, but they make it, you know. So I got to concentrate on those, but yet I don't want to do away with the parks and cities, you know. Summertime's harder. We're going to try to shoot one tomorrow, see if we can, and try to keep ahead, get through the summer months. Winter months, it's not so bad getting out, but some of the walking ones, you got to, it's too hot, you know. I'm going to try doing it at the train station tomorrow. We'll see how that works. Oh, Jeff's got to refill the Lucky Mug. There we go. We got the Lucky Mug right there. I've got spicy V8 juice in it. Eugene, says when Sylvie don't know what to fix for a meal, she looks at your cup. Oh, I appreciate that. I always wonder how many people look at them and, you know, they'll maybe make it. I get once in a while someone will say, do you have the written recipe? And I don't have none of those recipes written down. When I cook off the top of my head. I don't measure. If you notice in those, I don't measure nothing. But my theory is spices and stuff, you adjust it to whatever you like. I like a lot of spice and things. Some people don't. So, I mean, I just don't say, no, put a teaspoon of this in. You know, I just start dumping it in when I feel it's right. So, but I don't have any of those written down. They're off the top of my head. And usually when somebody asks for a recipe, I say, well, take your laptop to the kitchen and sit down and follow along. I'll show you all the ingredients and everything, so get it all out and you can follow along. Maybe add certain words to the title. Well, you know, we were talking about that yesterday. Add keywords, you know.
Yeah, we did.
And I have tried that in the past with no results. But I actually this morning went through and changed a few title names to upcoming videos just for the heck of it, see what it does, you know. Just as you're right, Tammy, you... have to have clickbait, yeah. Mm-hmm. And like I said, I've tried it in the past. It didn't do nothing, you know. But I'll try some more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, We
Awesome,
just talked
Eugene.
about
The
that.
best thing for making dinner is reservations. There you go.
That's right.
That's laugh out loud. It says, yep, yep.
I do
just
cook
ain't no,
occasionally.
yeah, just no TNA. That's funny, Sue. Yeah, we just talked about words in clickbait in the title. Laugh
Yep.
out, Sue.
Just last night we were talking about that.
He said, Sue just caught that, hee hee. Yeah, actually this morning I went through and changed a few things trying to make it clicky. Sometimes clickbait seems like lies. I don't like to lie. And I'm very truthful. It's like, this is what it is. You know, I'm very direct to the point. And I don't know, I have clicked on videos before by their title and go, I'm not watching that. That's not what it said it was.
They'll click it. It'll get you there to look at it and open it, and
Yeah.
then you'll leave.
But you get a like, but you need to get view time too, you know, on it. So, but like I said, I try a few little words. I used to do that on these live chats. At the end of it, I'd think of a title for this live chat, and I would name that title, and then I watched how it worked. It didn't do nothing. You know, it didn't bring any more watchers in. You know,
Yeah.
and so I quit bothering doing it. You know.
Yeah. It's hard to go back and watch live chats.
Well, it is. It really is. Tanny says, I absolutely agree, Bob. So, just said, yep, the best clickbait needs to be very subtle. Yeah, just something minor that, you know, yesterday we did the Tuscany steak. That one got tons of views. I don't know if because it said Tuscany sounded good. You know, that one got more views than most of them. That one did very well on it. So, you know, what's weird is when you do a video and you think, man, that came out really good. This one's going to be a good video. And you put it up, nobody watches it. You know, and it's like my, up here at Barberville at the Pioneer Village. Again, I've said this before. It's probably the best one I've ever made. Didn't get that much thing, but by far was, I think, one of the best videos I've ever made. You know, but didn't collect much, you know. Maybe it's just me. I think it's good and it's hot. And he said, Ron, I used to love that show. Oh, yeah, can you name that tune in 3 notes? That's
Does anybody remember when Kathy Lee Gifford was on there?
No,
She was
I
just
don't.
Kathy Lee.
Just Kathy
She was
Lee.
the singer
It's-
on there.
It says, I enjoy watching Bob's replays. I got to catch up this week. So, and once in a while, I'll watch mine later on to see what it came out. And, you know, it's funny watching your own later on. It really seems different than standing behind the camera. And it just seems all different if you watch your own back. And so occasionally I'll watch one of mine back. And it's like, well, actually, that was a pretty good chat. You know, it's better than it sounded to me being on this end, you know. Sometimes you think you're fumble-mouthed and this didn't sound good. And it's like, man, sounded pretty good, really, you know. Then he says, Sue, I honestly don't remember her on there. So, yeah, I don't either. I don't remember.
A long time ago.
There, Patty says people are like food. Yeah, that is. People are like food. Eat them up and they're gone. And some are better. Some people are better than others. Food can be, you have gourmet people and you've got gourmet food and then you got crap food. And food's subject to whatever you like. A lot of people love stuff like, people love pasta. I hate pasta. But people love it. You know, it's very popular. And I don't like pasta. But that's up to everybody. You like what you like. Okay, he says for sure, Patty. Yeah, June said there's a lot of carnivorous around. Steak is a great idea. Yeah, I have one friend who's vegetarian. He's like, oh, God, I couldn't be vegetarian. I would starve. I couldn't eat vegetarian. But that's what they like, you know. And it's fine. If that's what they want, enjoy it. I like meat. Meat and potatoes. I grew up on the farm. Sue said it was before she became well known, so.
Yeah.
Who is she? I don't know her.
Kathy Lee Gifford. Oh, yeah, that's a joke. Okay,
Yeah.
right.
Who is she? I never heard of her. Kathy Lee Gifford. Beef, it's what's for supper. Yeah, I love beef. Yeah, he says, haha, Sue. Yeah, beef's the other white meat. That's right. It's the vegetarian form of real food.
Yeah. If you want to be vegetarian, go for it. Great. Happy for you.
Yeah. I don't even eat much vegetables at all. I mean, I'm not a vegetable fan. You know, never was, you know. Did you ever eat fake meat? Yeah, it tastes fake. Yeah.
No, I don't think I have.
I have. Beef sticks. Half of these, I love beef sticks, and some of them are good, and some of them are like, and it's not real meat in them. It's just stuff in it, then they flavor it. You know. Jeff's smiling.
I think
I
it
have.
could be
It's
a
gross.
Vegetarian for about 4
2
or 5
seconds.
days.
I could eat maybe one carrot stick. And you know, it's like carrots. I like a raw carrot. You cook a carrot, it's like I don't want it. I don't want it cooked in nothing. It's like I don't mind them. I'll eat them raw. They're good. But cauliflower's another one. Love raw cauliflower. Put some salt on it. You know. But you cook cauliflower, you can just leave it there because I won't eat it. You know. Tammy says, Ron, my mom's a vegetarian. I love the black bean veggie burgers. So I think if you put enough seasoning on it that you didn't realize it was vegetable, it would probably be good. You know. Ever eat tofu? Yeah, tofu's gross. It's just like a slimy little ball of nothing. But they say it takes on the flavor of whatever it's cooked in. But Eugene says, we like pasta too much. Yeah. Well, I think most people do like pasta too much. I mean, that's majority of the people just love pasta.
Staple.
You know, I look at pasta as dough. Yeah, I just never liked pasta. But as a rule, most people just love pasta. You know, it's very popular. Yeah, tofu is gross. It really is. Ratfink says, ever eat that vegan noodles? Gross. No, I've never. Bob, you maybe it's about the texture for you. And so, yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Texture's a lot of it. You know, it's that just that yucky, doughy thing. So you're right, Tammy. It is texture. He says I can do the veggie burgers. I think I have had them, and they can be surprisingly not bad. You know. She says, me too, Eugene. It's a staple for most people. And we very rarely have anything pasta. Once in a while, something with a pasta in it. Jeffy, I was laughing, Bob, so hard yesterday checking out castries and I was reading the recipes and the Daily Dog recipe, and it's like, oh, here's all this stuff. I don't really give a shit, but if you guys want to check it out, there it is. You know, I don't look at that stuff on boxes. Vegan butter, I bet that is a gross route.
What would that be?
I don't know. Vegan butter. Ugh.
It's margarine.
Margarine?
That doesn't have butter.
I don't know.
You know?
Laugh out loud.
We used to use margarine all the time.
Tammy says, I only heard about those vegan noodles. They look gross and probably are gross. Yeah, I bet they are. You know, people can eat whatever they want. You know, they're entitled. Whatever you like, eat it. There's nothing wrong with it. I'll eat what I want. He says, I can go on and on because I've tried all the gross stuff. Yeah, I mean, like oysters. People think, it's gross. I like oysters. Some people don't. I can't get into like octopus and squid. I really can't get into that yet. But if I didn't know it was in there, I might. And I think there was that squid in that paella I made yesterday. Yeah, I think there was squid.
It's chopped up enough.
And it's good, you know. Vegan butter. Yeah, Eugene says I mean too much. Yeah. Too much. He's smiling. Ratfink says I don't see how they can live on that shit. I couldn't live on it, you know. I could try, but I couldn't live on it. And he says I have to watch everything eaten now since I'm lactose intolerant. Yeah, and that can be bad. Some foods just don't work with you. It's like I said, I don't eat eggs. I love eggs. They're delicious. But man, I eat an egg, I will be so sick. And it's not just a short time. It's like 3 days I'm sick, you know, till I start feeling better.
I made lasagna the other day, and usually I mix
you didn't put the egg into it.
up in the cheese mixture, but I didn't because of
Tammy, do you take any lactose pills? And I don't know what it is with the egg. Jeff says it's like a guy I heard on 911 that morning. He said something like, you fear the most is probably not what will kill you. That's true. That is so true. What you're fearing probably won't take you down, you know. I says, yeah, that sucks, T. But that's so true. The things that you fear probably won't be the thing that kills you, you know. And he says, not yet, Sue. Going to talk to the doctor about getting some lactose. He says, I made eggs and tomato. It was awesome. I used to like an egg sandwich, you know. No or. And he says, no or.
Eggs and tomato. Yeah, I've had those before.
Yeah, I used to put mayonnaise on a sandwich and make egg sandwich, and it's like, but I just. Oh,
sounds
it
good.
absolutely sucks. It does. Having issues sucks, you know. I mean, sometimes says, "Oh, you don't like eggs." It's not that I don't like them; they don't like me. Oh no, okra. Okra can like that slimy. It's kind of a okra can be kind of nasty.
How do you cook okra?
Well, usually deep fry it. That's the way I've seen it. You know, is just deep fry it. How do you cook okra? Well, it's like squash. You take like yellow squash. The only way I really like squash, slice it up and roll it in flour and cook it in butter. Make it unhealthy, and it's good, you know. But just have boiled squash or steamed squash, not so much, you know. Just oh patty me either. Yeah, okra is just not good stuff. Tammy, do you eat lactose-free ice cream?
Well, they have
I thought
some.
she was going to say, do you eat lactose-free ice?
Well, that would be lactose
That would
free.
be lactose-free ice, yeah.
That would be the ultimate diet food, wouldn't it?
Yeah, yeah. I went to a restaurant. They had the best ice. Their ice was delicious. Another one had good water too.
Put it over a little vodka and tonic.
Yeah, yeah. The ice is great with a little bit of rum or vodka or some Scotch whiskey. Ice is very good. Yeah, Raffing says I hollow a tomato out and scramble the egg, pour into a tomato and put the top back on with toothpicks. Cooks in a pan till the egg starts coming out over the top. That sounds good, Ron. That does sound good. He says, Sue, I've been so sick, I'm afraid of everything. And you know, that's why eggs, it's like, last time, I used to get away with things with eggs like macaroni salad, but the last time I got sick on macaroni salad because it had eggs in it, you know, and so I quit eating that. Eugene said, I have been drinking coffee since I was a month now, instant tea instead. I don't have heartburns. Yeah, coffee will give you heartburn. I love coffee, and I used to drink coffee all day long. Now I get one big cup in the morning, and that's all. And sometimes I'll get burning from it, but coffee will give you a burn on it. And I've learned that years ago and toned down on coffee. But I love coffee. Kenny says, Ron, that sounds really good. It does sound good, Ron. I don't think eggs are agreeing with me either. Yeah, I don't know if eggs has lactose in it or not, or what's in it. But it's a lot of protein and stuff. But I know it doesn't do well with me. I mean, like if you cook a cake or something, there's an egg in it, or some. It doesn't seem like that affects me, but more so in just the plain state. There's an egg, you know. Just see, that sounds good, Ron. It does.
It does. Mm-hmm.
Sorry, T. It sucks. Sounds like you're not partying enough. There you go. More party. That'll take care of it. So I don't get heartburn from coffee yet. I just only started drinking it a few years ago. I've always drank coffee. And he says, well, I have an appointment coming up. I haven't found anything out yet. Getting a colonoscopy on the 8th. That'd be fun. Enjoy that?
Fun.
Yeah, that'd be a good day. Yeah. Can't wait. Sylvie, me either, Sue. Oh, Sylvie either, Sue. So.
Yeah.
I read it backwards.
Yeah. Sylvie doesn't either, yeah.
Tammy says, Ron, I most definitely am not, so. Hell no, not fun, Tammy. We don't party anymore. Those days are kind of past, you know. Party is staying up till 9 o'clock. That's a party. Ron says, those arenas are real pain in the ass. They are.
Literally.
They really, literally are.
But you get to fart afterwards.
Yeah, that's right.
They make you fart afterwards.
And he says, that'll be great, Bob. And he says, so T, are you going to film it and post it so we can all see? Here's my YouTube colonoscopy video. You probably get a lot of hits just because people I want to see what that is, you know.
Uh-huh. The prep that you have to drink the day before is the worst.
Ugh. Scott says, oh, I would hate to have issues with coffee. I love my Cuban coffee. I think, actually, Travelman Robert was going to show me how he makes his Cuban coffee. And when he was over here that one time, we didn't get to it. So I still need to get with him and see how he does his Cuban coffee. Sue says, I want to try that, Scott. I've had Cuban. It's good. Very strong. I love good, strong coffee. I don't want none of that weak stuff. And he says, Ron, if you want to see it, I will show you. I'm not shy. Yeah, it's good and strong, Scott. That's why I was like, I get good. It's so mental. I'm so mental. Me too. Me too. He says, so am I, Ron. Yeah. Yeah. You're a character. I think most of us in here are characters. I know I am. Better than anal, Ron. Yeah, you don't want to be anal about nothing. Says, I love the film strip you get to look at. Oh, they give you a film strip?
Oh, they show you the pictures.
You know, I've been to the doctor 3 times in my life, and the one time they just did a, what do you call it, a checkup. And he goes, oh, I'm going to schedule you for a colonoscopy. And I go, well, I won't go. And he goes, well, I'm going to schedule it anyways. Well, good for you, schedule it. I didn't go. You know, I was like, I didn't miss that. Then he says, I've had a 5-year colonoscopy a couple weeks ago. Nothing to it. The prep is the worst part.
Yeah, the prep. The thing, that day is not bad because they give you the light woozy medicine and you kind of are drowsy through it, don't realize it.
Tammy says, you guys are killing me. Well, you know, I figure if they're going to do that to me, first they got to take me out the night before, buy me lunch, take me to a movie, before you're ever going to do that. That's way too personal. No doubt, Scott. Yes, the prep is the worst. And he says, Scott, that's the part I dread is the prep. Well, you drink that stuff.
Yep.
That's that.
Cleans you out.
Yeah. Oh, boy. That sounds like a good time. I ain't doctors, but I think I need this taken care of. Yeah. Get it checked out.
Yeah.
Get it checked out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's laughing at me. Eugene said Sylvie got one a few years ago and was glad she did in the summer. With the amount of liquid you have to drink, you get very cold.
See,
it probably does.
About that, yeah.
It probably does make you cold.
Oh, it's just constantly this stuff. And then you constantly run to the bathroom.
I make some chili that will do that to you, too. Just as Doc told me that, too, Bob told him to send me a postcard. There you go, Jeff. Send me a postcard. I had to go for a endoscopia, and the doctor had a group of interns. He decided to bring them in the room for observation and told them, what the hell, get them out of here, that shit. Yeah, it's like, I don't want an audience here. It's like, out of here, Jack. You're not sitting here watching.
Hospitals.
Yeah. Go learn somewhere else, you know. I'm sure they got a gay pride down the street. So anyways, that's something I've never had and hope to never need one. Alright guys, looks like we have came up an hour and 2 minutes. Made it my hour. And he says, my mom hasn't been to a doctor in over 40 years. Well,
like Bob.
Sounds like me. I've been 3 times. Once when I was about 10 years old. And that was worthless. And then I went another time for that checkup that was worthless. And then that time I got bit by a spider. And that was bad. I mean, that thing. But he didn't do nothing. He gave me a tetanus shot. So that was worthless. So of the 3 times I've went, all of them proven to be a waste of time. So I don't go. Yeah, Tanny said, oh no, Bob, not leaving. It's like, man, we've been, we can go for a couple more minutes, but I start drinking my V8 juice closer to an hour because my throat gets dry from talking. Jay says, me either, Ron. So, says, wow, Tommy sounds like she's doing good, bless her heart. Not leaving, no, not leaving, please, not leaving, don't leave. What you got?
It cracks me up. Bob will sign off and the chat will continue
Yeah, it
for
keeps
about
on going.
3 or 4 minutes.
It's like
everybody keeps chatting on
everybody
afterwards.
keeps talking on. And it's like,
Feel free to chat amongst yourselves.
yeah, have a good chat amongst yourselves. And Gene says, sorry, we have to go. Great day to you guys. Hey, glad to see you guys come on. Appreciate you guys when you stop by, you know. It's always glad to have people into the doghouse, you know. So you guys have a good, fun, safe day. Jeff says, Ron, start a live chat. And he says, Sue, she truly is. She goes and goes and goes. You have to get into, you have to get onto her about getting on the damn roof.
Oh no.
That's like my sister. She's older than me, and I wish I had her energy. I mean, she just goes and goes and goes. She's like a little machine. And she gets bored because she runs out of things to do. And it's like, come on down, I got stuff for you. It says, bye, Eugene. If he says, do you get more money for a longer chat? Not really, no. It doesn't, the length doesn't. It's the amount of people who
comments,
view, likes, views. And, the more people view it, the more you'd make out. I've figured out I get about a quarter of a penny per view. So that's what I did the math on it one day. And so
4 views equals a penny.
4 views equals a penny.
Maybe.
So not going to get rich. So it's hard to figure out how they pay. It's different. The different things boost you up that you get more per one video. The analytics of it, and it's hard. I don't know if anybody can ever figure that out. But that's about what you get. About a quarter of a cent per view. They won't let you do live stuff, says Ron. Well, you have to have you have to have at least 1,000, or is it? Can you do it less than that? I know you can't live chat anymore on a phone.
You can't do a mobile live stream unless you have 1,000.
And he says, "I love these chats." Ron's smiling. Sue says,
I think
"Don't
you
think
can do
so,
a
Ron."
live stream.
It said, "Me too." I don't know if you can or not.
Because you were doing live streams before you had 1,000.
They changed all that. That was all been changed.
Oh, okay.
Tammy says, "Love all you guys." I know I can't do nothing with the Daily Dog. I can't do nothing with it. Yeah.
They must have changed it then.
I was going to say, let it run all day. I will type and cuss the words every couple minutes. Just let her go. Yeah, I don't think it would mean much more. It just needs more viewers and comments and numbers, I guess. Numbers is the game. Haha, Ron. And Tammy's a smiling Ron. That says, I guess I'll have to watch some Garcia's Haunted Diary. Yes, just there's just a lot of things I don't understand how it works with YouTube or any other thing, I know I don't watch. I want more subscribers, but it's more about how many's watching it now than before. It was like want more, and I still want more subscribers, and that does mean a lot. But how many views? That's you're after now. You got to have views, More people. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell people you don't even like. So. And he said, I go back and hit the like later after the loop. Yeah, and it's helped. You get those likes, that does up it. If you can see side, goddamn, break your teeth. It says, I tried to sit on the Wayward Ways live last. I saw they had it on. I didn't get a chance to get on it. She said, love you guys too. Y'all make this fun. It does. You guys just make this a good time, Sue said, yep, one big happy family. That's what it is. It says, I'm not a Patreon, so it looked like they didn't see me. So, well, and that says, I have Patreon, and it's all set up. I've had nobody join it. And Patreon, and I don't know what my levels. I'd have to look again. You can set them up even for, $1 or $2. And you offer certain things to it, but I don't know how it works. I've never joined a Patreon. I guess they debit you, like if you do for the $1 one every month, they debit you for $1, and then the creator provides you with certain perks. Usually, the more perks you get, the more you pay. And I kind of set it up, but I haven't done because nobody was messing with it, so I haven't really pushed it. It says, watch some of the Wags chat after it was over.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they're cute people. Yeah, they're fun. They are fun. I saw they were talking to their Patreons, and that's some of the perks, I guess, is having. Everybody here in the calendar is so awesome. Yeah, you guys are all awesome,
I love it. I love it.
It's cool. Actually, in the whole, talking about what you make, just the super chats. I've had one super chat. I've made as much money on that as I did anything. Just one super chat, and they take 30% of it. So culture, lifestyle, and travel. He gave us a super chat. And so that, it wasn't the biggest brand, but it seemed like it boosted more than anything did, you know. Edgewater is very nice, isn't it?
Down below New Smyrna?
Edgewater, down below New Smyrna, yeah. It's a little town. A lot of crap happened. Well, Edgewater, and then there's Oak Hill. That's why I'm thinking more of Oak Hill. But yeah, Edgewater, it's a nice little town. It's kind of quiet. There's not as much stuff around.
Underdeveloped area.
It's underdeveloped. You have to run over to New Smyrna to like the Walmart. There's some grocery stores in Edgewater, but yeah, it's a nice little town. Actually, I would consider that as an area that I would look into. It's
very rural.
Very rural, quiet, you know, not busy. It's a nice little town. Oh, Raccoon says, looking at property there. Yeah, I like Edgewater, you know. I had a friend, we brew beer down there, lived in Edgewater. Yeah, down below New Smyrna. Tammy says, Sue, the lactose thing, pills?
Tammy, I think they make some pills.
I think by like Walmart they have some.
Yes, lactose pills. You take them before you eat anything with cheese in it, whatever, to help stop with the gas and the bloating.
Yeah, it's very rural down there. It says, looking at some anchorage down there. I went years ago during Biketoberfest. Charlie Daniels was there, and they set him up in a big field right out there by 95. Just a big empty field, and all these people came and rode the bike. It was so cold, and went down and watched. Got front seat. I mean, I was right. I could chuck Charlie's hand, you know. But that was fun. That was in Edgewater. Yeah, my dad loved Clearwater. Yeah, Clearwater's nice. A lot busier, but it's nice, you know, over by the Gulf. Said, yeah, that's the West Coast. That was 45 years ago, said Jeff. Yeah, Clearwater's nice. We went to the aquarium over there, Clearwater
Marine Aquarium,
where they have that winter, that dolphin that had no tail. And that was kind of interesting, you know. It was a nice little town. It's busy, but it was a nice little town, you know. Safety Harbor, yeah. Clearwater Safety Harbor. I mean, that is a nice area. If you're just traveling around wanting to visit, I would recommend Clearwater. Just stop in, take a visit. Just says, I love the Atlantic, but I have to the Gulf side. I like Gulf side too, both of them. I don't go in the water, so I don't really care so much about the water or nothing, but they're both nice. There's nothing in Florida that's not nice, you know. Tammy, I'll check out the pills at the pharmacy. Helps with gas and bloating, and take them before you eat anything with dairy. Tammy says golf for me, so yeah. I mean, golf's nice.
Like the golf.
Yeah, golf's nice. You know, either side. To me, it doesn't matter. Either side, they're both good. You know, I've been over to both of them, so I have no quirks with Florida at all. Where you're at, Tammy, how do you spell your name?
I said, how did I?
How did I spell?
Q in it.
Oh, cool. Taquimi. No water, especially right now. Yeah. Sue's daughter's coming down here in a few weeks, and she's going to be at New Smyrna, and was asking about, there was a shark's attack, and about, well, is there a lot of sharks? Well, there is a lot of sharks. If you go in the water, could you get bit by a shark? Yeah. Will you get bit by a shark? Probably not, but you sure could. It's the possibility's there. It happens on a regular basis. There's tons of sharks, and New Smyrna is the shark bite capital of the world, you know. So
they say they only bite tourists.
Yeah, they don't bite locals because locals don't go in the water.
Locals don't go in the ocean.
You know? I meant shells on the East Coast. Yeah, there is a lot more shells. There is. Yeah, there is a lot more bigger shells on the Gulf side. Yeah, not many on the east side.
Right,
yeah.
Not many. That's right.
On the Atlantic side, there's not so many.
You go down to is it Siesta Key?
Yeah, there's a lot of
it's beyond
shells.
it. No, it's
all the way down through there. There's shells, you know. Mm-hmm. Just says, hey, let's all go to the Dominican Republic. There you go, Mary. Yeah, I have enough nicknames, Sue. Oh, diving. See, like I've never dove. I'm not good underwater. When I swim, I never go underwater. I just don't like going underwater.
Mm-hmm.
But
I snorkeled.
If you like that, I think diving would be really cool. The stuff,
I like it. Mm-hmm.
You know. But for me, I don't think I would like it. But just looking underneath would be awesome, you know. Just says it was a shocker at Charleston. Their sand is black. Yeah, I've seen that. Well, Flagler is brown, kind of a brownish colored sand. It's because of the coquina rock and that. Mm-hmm. And it's just a point, and it changes when you get down to Ormond Beach, and then as you get on down to New Smyrna, it gets more white. I don't know, it's white, beige, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Then he says sea glass on Jersey Shore. I spent some time over on the Gulf and was hunting for shark's teeth. Found a bunch of them, little black shark's teeth on it. So I found tons of those, and that's what I did. I drank Scotch whiskey and looked for shark's teeth when I went to the Gulf. And he says, no way, DR is nasty.
What's DR?
DR. DR. Tell me DR, I'm lost. Oh, I love the Panhandle with the white sand. Yeah, it gets real white up in there.
Down at Siesta Key is also real pretty.
Yeah, my buddy got married in the DR
Dominican Republic.
Oh, Dominican Republic. Okay. Yeah, I didn't know what DR meant. Yeah, I've never been there, so I don't know. I've just never been there. Jeff sand is beautiful. And he said, "Yeah, me too." I mean, that is nice area up there. You know, Panhandle area, and then it's far from here. It's a 7-hour drive to Tallahassee. It's a long ways up there, you know. And it gets cold up there in the wintertime. You know, I think it gets cold here, but we stay 70s average. But it gets cold up there, you know. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna get out of here. We've been an hour and 16 minutes. Bonus time. You guys get bonus time. I'll get a big paycheck. Not. Yeah, I want to go to Weeki Wachee and see the. I've never seen that. I like to go to Weeki Wachee. And there's plenty of naked people that shouldn't be nude on the beach. Yeah, most of them. You go down to Canaveral Seashore to the nude beach. There's sunbathers down there, but you don't want to see that. It's not nice. It looks bad. All right, guys, we're gonna get out here. Cassie, say hi. Say bye to the chatters, the lucky dogs. So we'll be back here on Thursday. We'll be back here on Monday. So weekend coming up. You guys have a good weekend and careful, have fun, but be careful. You know.
Y'all be careful out there.
You find my ending. So we'll see you guys coming next Monday. So take you later. Appreciate y'all.